Mayor, at this time I would point out for the record that some of the documents pertaining to covert data collection have been marked as Exhibits 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and specifically the document on lying, TRL, has been marked as Exhibit 13. I will have testimony at a later point on an individual who was in B1 who did covert data collection through such things as breaking and entering. At this point in time, I would like to introduce an affidavit of Carol Garrity, to whom the witness has just referred, and I will read that affidavit into the record. Please do. I, Carol Garrity, being first duly sworn, depose and say, I was a member of the Church of Scientology from April 1975 through July 1980, and during that time I became a staff member and worked full-time for the Scientology organization from August 1976 through July 1980. Between November 1978 and July 1980, I was a member of the Guardian's Office of the Church of Scientology. The Guardian's Office, more commonly referred to as the GO by Scientologists, is responsible for intelligence gathering, covert operations and activities, spying, and public relations. The Guardian's Office administers front groups such as schools and drug programs which are designed to make money. The Guardian's Office headquarters in the United States is in California. However, the Guardian's Office has the power to go into a local Scientology church and literally take over any section of it or the entire local church if necessary. This is covered in the policy letter written by L. Ron Hubbard entitled The Guardian. The Guardian's Office activities are conducted pursuant to a Scientology policy entitled the Fair Game Doctrine, which states, fair game may be deprived of property or injured by any means by any Scientologist, may be tricked, sued, or lied to or destroyed. I have personal knowledge that the Scientology organization has actively and covertly conducted operations against attorney Michael Flynn in an attempt to destroy him and thereby eliminate him as a representative of those individuals victimized by the Scientology organization. One such operation occurred between January and July 1980 when the Guardian's Office conducted a series of covert operations to infiltrate the law office of Michael J. Flynn by placing a plant whose code name was Oscar and whose real name was William Broderick. The Guardian's Office devised a second covert operation to stop Attorney Flynn's client, Lavinda Van Schaik, from speaking out against the Scientology organization. The program was codenamed Shake and Bake, and pursuant to the program, GO agents were sent to Massachusetts to interrogate Ms. Van Schaik and tried to encourage her to divorce her husband and fire Attorney Flynn. The Guardian's Office perused Ms. Van Schaik's auditing files, which contained the most personal and intimate details of her life, and extracted confidential disclosures for the purpose of blackmail and extortion. Practice of reviewing confidential auditing files and extracting private and intimate details of an individual's life is a common Scientology practice. The data gleaned from an unsuspecting individual's files is transmitted to the California headquarters for extortion and blackmail. This practice occurs regularly. I have personal knowledge of auditing information being sent to Clearwater and transmitted from Clearwater for this purpose. On one occasion, I received a Guardian's Office order instructing me to remove confidential information from Tanya Burden's file, a woman suing the Church of Scientology, and release it to the media. I executed the order and brought the information to the Las Vegas Review-Journal. I became upset and in fear when I learned that 11 top leaders of Scientology had been convicted of felonies, including Mary Sue Hubbard, the founder's wife. I did not agree with the Scientology practice which condoned burglary, electronic surveillance, spying on former members and others perceived to be critics of Scientology, and all the other unlawful and underhanded conduct that the release of the documents in the FBI raids revealed in the national media. I left the Church of Scientology on July 18, 1980. Dated this 28th day of April, 1982, Carol Garrity. This will be marked as the next exhibit.
For information, do you want to break or do you want to continue on until at this point?
Perhaps if we could take a shorter break than our usual break, an hour instead of 2 hours.
We normally come back at 2. Commissioners and staff would like to come back at 1.
Yeah, we may as well.
All right. Is that all right with Vision Cable?
You're the same.